This video is going to come as something of a surprise, simply because it's to say that your two gypsies have come to an unexpected and difficult point in their journey. Rusty's told me that he feels he must withdraw from the venture. He feels his health and strength just aren't up to it. Rusty got pneumonia on the second day out from Cape Town, and we were both seriously worried by a racking doomsday cough he developed. He put himself on 2 consecutive courses of antibiotics and struggled manfully to make his watches and share the load. Now, I know my brother better than to try to convince him to continue. Knowing how much he'd looked forward to it and the endless amount of time, effort and money he's put into it, it must have been a heartbreaking decision, reached only after intense deliberation. At the same time, it was a typically open-hearted and generous Rusty who suggested I either find another companion or perhaps even go on single-handed. You can imagine that for me too, it's a huge blow. He's a wonderful companion, and although we've had the odd fallout, it's never terminal, and we always find a way through. Despite the difficulties of the passage from Cape Town, we've had some serious fun along the way. We've had our share of laughs.
I've never felt safer than in that boat. Through all of those incredibly rough seas, there was never a moment where I thought I was in danger.
But his decision brought into high relief a few doubts of my own. I'm not looking for another sailing partner. I've been struggling too. My balance has been all over the place. If I turned my head suddenly or awkwardly, the world would spin, and I've had to hold on with both hands to stop falling over. Apparently, it's an age-related failing in the inner ear's semicircular canals that brings on intense vertigo. Living in what Larry correctly called a washing machine, you can imagine it played havoc with my balance. Getting out on a pitching deck in a blow to shorten the mainsail took forever and was, frankly, downright bloody dangerous. Fortunately, I managed to minimize the onset to some degree, but it was what caused me famously to fall overboard trying to get the dinghy launched in St. Helena. I was lucky it happened at a mooring, and I had someone to help me back on board. So I've given deep consideration to my prospects for continuing the voyage. And finally, I've come to the conclusion that, spirit willing as it is, the flesh is just not up to it. I can sail Umbre single-handed with the way she's set up, but what happens when I get to an anchorage and can't get the dinghy and the motor overboard? And what happens in rough weather, even with the autohelm? Can I venture out on a pitching deck to reef down and stay safe? Sailing with a companion, well, I'd be more a hindrance than a help. I too need to make another plan and pass the captaincy on. It doesn't mean the venture to visit the deep oceans of the world has to stop. It just means I have to find another way to do it. In short, we need to change the guard. We need to find 1 or 2 or 3 other adventurous souls willing to pick up the challenge and take our place. The floating caravan then is up for sale. Yacht Umbre is in fine shape. She's provisioned, equipped, and raring to go. She just needs to be in younger hands. At the end of this video, I've listed a few features on how we've set her up for short-handed, long-distance sailing. If you know of anyone who'd like to take it on and complete the voyage, please put them in touch. Send them the link to this video. We'll do everything we can to support them and make it as affordable as possible. Although we can't do the voyage physically, it's a venture we remain totally committed to. We're not alone in that commitment, and the response we've had to the story from around the world has been absolutely astonishing. Many people took the crowdfunding option to support the trip, and we used it all towards 10,000 rands worth of satellite airtime to stay in touch and send back updates while at sea. That airtime contract goes to the next gypsies, already paid up. Thank you to the crowdfunders. So the adventure isn't over. If you know of anyone who may want to take it on, please let us know as soon as possible. December, January is the ideal time to set sail from St. Helena for the next leg of the voyage. If we need to, I'll find a way to get Umbre to the West Indies for the handover. And keep checking in on the site. We'll keep you posted on progress. Although we must retire to becoming armchair gypsies, it's in the sincere hope that somewhere there are some more young souls, in hopefully younger bodies, ready to take on the adventure of a lifetime.